Okay, folks, well, if you've heard the news or you follow football at all, the NFL has made a couple of new rule changes. We'll get to the new kickoffs in a second, but first, I got to go on a rant in what is the second dumbest rule the NFL has ever passed. This is just completely stupid. Um, the first dumbest rule is the tuck rule, of course, but that's a topic for a different video. No, the NFL has banned what they refer to as a hip drop tackle, and I'd never even heard the term till a few months ago when they were thinking about banning it. I thought, what the heck is it? And let's see, it's defined as, excuse me, a hip drop tackle is defined as when a defender is tackling the runner and wraps him up and drops his weight and or hips to the ground to bring the runner down with him. That's one definition. Another one said something to the effect of a defender uses his weight to bring down the runner. I mean, there's a couple different definitions. It's not scientific. Basically, they're banning a tackle. I mean, this is stupid. This is absolutely. I realize this is going to be the most subjective call ever. I realize sometimes pass interference can be subjective and defensive holdings. Some of those calls are ridiculous. But this is bad. I mean, like a face mask call, it's pretty obvious. You grab the face mask, it's an obvious face mask call, right? This is going to be terrible. I mean, this is going to change the game. I mean, basically, you're going to have to change how you're taught to tackle from a young age. Um, and yeah, like I said, very subjective. And I think if this rule would have been in place, say, 25 years ago, I got to thinking about this, when Kevin Dyson was tackled 1 yard short in Super Bowl 34 by Mike Jones, I believe the linebacker's name was. That's an iconic Super Bowl moment that they were fighting back and forth, a great ending. He was just 1 yard short. That very possibly, depending on who is calling the game, penalty flag. Half the distance to the goal, Tennessee is awarded an untimed down. I saw that somewhere and looked at the play. It's like, yeah, that's very possible. So, anyway, the players are against it. Coaches are against it. Everybody but the rules committee is against it. So, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the only way I think they could fight this is if everybody comes to an agreement. Everybody's going to have to get together and decline this penalty every time it's called, no matter the circumstances. You got to fight it somehow if they don't pull their heads out of their butts and change it. Again, very subjective. And and I've heard only a handful of people speak against it. The only notable name was Brandon Marshall. Other than that, it was guys I'd never heard of. And I pay pretty close attention to football. I don't have an unhealthy obsession with it where I can name all the practice squad players in the league. But a few guys were saying, yeah, this is a good deal. And it was guys I'd never heard of other than Brandon Marshall. So, you know what? Whatever. Just move on. Anyways, and on to the kickoffs now. I guess something had to be done. I mean, I looked up a statistic. Only 22% of kickoffs were returned last year. I mean, a lot of times I don't even bother watching a kickoff. I think there was one return for a touchdown in the last couple of years is all in the NFL. So, I mean, they changed the rules to the XFL format where the kicker kicks from like the 30 and then the receiving team is at their own 30 and the kickoff team is only 5 yards from them and they can't move until the ball hits the ground or the one deep back catches it and then it goes from there. I mean, I may as well do something because otherwise why are they even kicking it? A lot of times you just would watch the game and wonder, why are we even wasting time with this play? Just put the ball at the 20 and move on. So something had to be done. Maybe this will create a few momentum changing kickoff returns for TDs and liven up the game a little bit on special teams anyways. So it could be a good deal. I didn't mind this format in the XFL, what little I've watched of it. So anyway, those are the rule changes. I guess, hip drop tackle, terrible idea. Hopefully they change it before the season starts. And the kickoff. Anyway, we'll see what else happens the rest of the off season. And what is it? It's the end of March, so oh god, only a few more months till football season. Unless you count the spring league. I'm not sure that I do. We'll see if the new spring league's any good. It kicks off this weekend, I guess. So I'll give it a shot. Go from there, the new UFL. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below the new rules. And stay classy, my friends, and chaos in Southwest Nebraska over and out.